rental properties can be a very great source of income for landlords and investors. But ask any landlord with experience, and they'll tell you that having to solve legal rental disputes can be very time consuming, energy draining, not to mention costly if the problem has escalated. In this video, which forms part of our rental agreement series, we'll dive deeper into the legalities on Curacao and Bonaire in the area of rental agreements and talk more specifically about the 4 phases of a rental agreement that you should be aware of. And if you stick around, I'll tell you in a bit how you will be able to get your free checklist that will help you manage your legal interests in all 4 phases. Now, as an attorney with almost 10 years of experience, I can tell you that I find rental agreement matters very interesting and fascinating. I mean, think about it. No, seriously, think about it. A landlord or investor agrees to let another person live in its property or let another company make use of his property, sometimes for a long period of time. A property that, in a lot of cases, the investor or landlord worked hard to get in the first place. The reason why I personally find this legal area interesting is because it provides me with the opportunity to resolve dispute, draft agreements, and help our clients stay compliant with local rules and laws. Now, you can ask yourself why this information might be relevant or necessary for you as a landlord or real estate investor. To that question, my answer is that as an investor or landlord, it is extremely important for you to understand the legalities relating to rental agreements. Because by mastering these legal aspects, you can prevent costly disputes and ensure smooth operations, which in turn translates into, of course, a profitable business. And because it's important for us to see you excel in this area, we have taken the liberty to attach a link in the description box below where you can go and get a free checklist that will help you manage your rental agreement matters in all 4 areas. Of course, the 4 phases that I'm talking about are the negotiation phase, the contract drafting phase, the contract execution phase, and the handling of legal disputes in and outside of court. So, if you are in need of a checklist to help you maintain legal control on your rental matters, go ahead and click the link in the description box to get your free checklist. With all that being said, you are here because you want to know more about the rental legalities on Curacao and Bonaire. So let's jump right into the topic. Before we dive deeper into the 4 phases, we need to break down what a rental agreement is. A rental agreement in the real estate context is a verbal or written agreement where one party, the landlord, agrees to let another party, the tenant, make use of his real estate property for personal or business reasons. The tenant, in turn, agrees to pay a fee for this usage. Rental agreements can be categorized in various ways. The 2 most common ways that rental agreements are categorized are first, short-term lease versus long-term lease, and second, residential lease versus commercial lease. These are only 2 examples of many more ways that a contract can be categorized. Perhaps the most important thing for you to take away from this video is that on Curacao and Bonaire, the specific laws and rules that govern your rental agreement depend on the category in which your rental agreement falls. For example, the law often protects people who are renting for residential purposes more than the law would protect a company renting for commercial purposes. The category in which your rental agreement falls also determines which judicial or semi-judicial body can preside over a possible rental dispute. In subsequent videos, we might dive deeper into the various categories and what they mean for your agreement. But for the purpose of this video, I believe we are ready to dive deeper into the 4 phases of rental agreement. Do you remember what the 4 phases are? Of course you do, because you're a very keen listener. But just in case, I'll repeat them once more. The first phase is the contract negotiation phase. In this phase, you not only try to determine whether or not you can close an agreement with a possible tenant, but also whether or not you can do so in a favorable manner. In this phase, knowing your legal position and, of course, the market condition are essential, because the last thing you want to do is give away a strong legal advantage unknowingly. At the same time, it's important when negotiating to keep into account that a win-win situation is not a bad thing, especially if you can enter in such an agreement with a good quality tenant. That is to say, someone that pays and takes care of your property. The second phase is the document drafting phase. This is where the terms of your rental agreement come to life, ideally on paper. Ensuring your rental agreements are comprehensive and legally sound is crucial. Each clause should be carefully crafted to protect your property and investment. Think of this as your opportunity to customize rental terms to align with your specific needs and goals. Essential clauses will safeguard your interest and set clear expectations for your tenants. Remember, a well-drafted contract can prevent misunderstandings and disputes down the line, making your rental experience smoother and more predictable. The third phase is the contract execution phase. This is where both parties must comply with the agreed upon terms and conditions. Ensuring all parties understand their responsibilities and obligations is essential to avoid conflicts. This includes timely rent payments, property maintenance, and adherence to any special terms outlined in the agreement. Effective communication and regular check ins can help ensure both you and your tenant fulfill your respective duties, leading to a smooth and successful tenancy. This phase is about actively managing the relationship to uphold the contract's integrity and maintain positive landlord tenant dynamic. The fourth and final phase is the conflict resolution phase. Despite your best efforts, disputes may arise during the tenancy. Handling tenant disputes efficiently with proven strategies is crucial to maintaining a positive relationship. Knowing your legal options when dealing with non-compliance and breaches saves you time, money, and stress. And of course, by utilizing expert advice, you can address issues promptly and fairly, minimizing the impact on your property and maintaining tenant satisfaction. Now, I can imagine that this information can be a bit overwhelming, especially if you're hearing this for the first time. But not to worry, as already mentioned, we've provided you with a link in the description box below where you can go ahead and get your free checklist that will help you manage your legal interests in all four of these areas. Now that you're a bit more familiar with the four phases of rental agreement, and of course, with the free checklist that we've provided you in the description box below, you're all set to manage your property like a pro. And in case you would also want a one-on-one consultation meeting with us, we've added a schedule link in the description box below. If this video has been helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel so you can stay up to date when we drop other videos about legal matters on Curacao and Bonaire. Until next time, stay informed and stay protected.